Hello, world, and welcome to another episode of Carlemile at the Movies, which was originally at the movies with Carlemile, but of course I keep changing it, just trying to make the Instagram name fit. But I am back from the movies. I'm here with my co-host of the evening, with my man's Toon. Say what's up.
What up? How you doing? This your boy, Captain of the Mac and Toons. Toons the goon.
Now, we meant to do a couple of these shows earlier, because we've seen so many movies by this point. We've seen Ready or Not, which I thought was pretty good. What else did we see? We saw Lion King together?
No, we didn't see Lion King.
Yeah, because that shit was trash.
I just had to bring that a little bit in there, didn't you?
Just like we gotta remind people, Lion King was trash. What else did we see? I know we saw a couple other movies. I know we seen Child's Play. Was Child's Play together?
No. It.
Oh, it's It. No, you seen It.
We seen It too.
I feel like we did see a horror movie together. Crawl. We saw Crawl together.
Yeah, we did.
We saw Crawl, which I thought was very similar to Ready or Not. Crawl and Ready or Not are very similar movies.
Yeah, they are.
You got a white girl in a big house and a whole bunch of people trying to kill her. Well, a huge bunch of things trying to kill her. Yeah. At one point she hurt herself. I'm like, yo, this is like beat by bit the same movie. They'll change the same scenario. And first it's alligators, now it's just a satanic 1% rich wealthy family.
Word.
But I thought that was pretty good. Out of all the Disney princesses, that's she in my top 3. Technically, all my Disney princesses are violent. Because technically, the bride from Kill Bill is a Disney princess. Because that was Miramax. Miramax was owned by Disney. Mm-hmm. Anyway, but the R-rated Disney princesses, we'll say. We also saw The Matrix, but we already talked about seeing The Matrix on was it on this show? At the movie?
It was the Cypher, yeah.
No, it was the Cypher. It was on the Cypher podcast. We talked about The Matrix. But this evening, well, for the last 2 weeks, this week and last week, we saw Don't Let Go from Blumhouse and OLR releasing, and we saw It Part 2. Now, Don't Let Go, to me, it reminded me a lot of the movie Frequency. Choose, you never seen Frequency, right?
No.
But I showed you the trailer, though.
Yeah,
I did show you the trailer.
I do remember, though. I do remember the movie.
And Frequency had a very similar premise where you had somebody who was able to get, contact somebody from the past and, find a way to, basically get them to survive the future or something, So, but, it was a huge cast. You had Storm Reed. You had David Oyelowo. I never could say his name. His African guy's name. Ketty Williamson. Brian Tyree Henry, who we all know as Paperboy on Atlanta, And to me, it's not a predictable movie, but if you've seen Frequency, you kind of know the story beats. But I thought it was pretty entertaining. I thought it was pretty good. Blumhouse did their thing with they're making some good black hits lately. Mm-hmm. Blumhouse was like, oh, we got you black folks. Y'all like movies? We got you some movies. So shout out to OTL releasing and Blumhouse Tilt for putting that movie out. It Part 2, I like it. Like Don't Let Go. Don't Let Go is a supernatural horror thriller, and it was a supernatural horror. And I don't hate it, but I don't love it either.
Yeah, I definitely don't love it.
It Chapter 2 is the sequel to the last American supernatural horror film, It, which is based off the 1986 novel by Stephen King. And, the cast was great. I love the adults who played the kid. I felt like they were perfect casting. Mm-hmm. Bill Skarsgård, I can never pronounce the guy who plays Pennywise. I love his Pennywise. I don't want to say I love it more than Tim Curry, but it's up there. It's up there in performances. I don't know. The movie was too goddamn long.
I was just going to say that. 3 hours, bro.
Yeah, 2 hours and 49 minutes, I think it was.
That's too long.
That's too long. It's too long. And mostly because they spent too much time on the kids.
Yeah.
We didn't need all that time with the kids. We had time with the kids already. But they was like, yo, y'all like the kids? Here's some more. We good on that. We good. But I love, of course, the visual effects. I love the directing. I love the story. I think everything was perfect. I love the cameo from Stephen King and Peter Donovich. I think the cast was perfect. The kids came back. They did their thing again. I don't understand why they put CGI on them to make them look younger. But I get it because they're not supposed to be older than they were in the last movie. I don't know. It's not my favorite horror movie, but it's one of those movies I know I will watch over and over and over again. Like yesterday, me and Toons were in Target, and they had a book called The World of It, and I cannot leave that store without buying a copy of that. You know what I mean? So I know I'm still going to be very into the It. Where I'm actually going to see it again on Sunday on IMAX. So, I may have to come back and give you guys another review on that. But as of now, is it worth seeing in theaters? If you have 3 hours to waste, yes.
If you're an It fan.
If you're an It fan, you love Stephen King novels, yes. If you don't mind wasting 3 hours, yes. Mm-hmm. My only problem is with this movie is like it gets repetitive very early.
Yeah, especially with I don't like the ending.
Yeah, the ending. Oh God, you basically seen the same movie twice.
Exactly, especially that phrase.
Right.
I don't like when they kept saying that to the actor,
to Pennywise?
The book writer, the dude who's writing.
When they were making fun of Stephen King.
Yeah,
like the ending sucked.
I don't like that. Yeah, exactly.
The ending sucked.
And then it has Stephen King in there. Like, I didn't like the ending. Talk about his own shit.
And then we leave the movie going, I don't like the ending.
Dead ass.
Like they gave it the exact same movie again, this time with adults, and and then they had the clips from the first movie, and then they extended those scenes, and it was just like, guys, you know, if you was gonna have these scenes, you're gonna have these scenes in the last movie, you know. But it's all good. I think Don't Let Go, worth seeing in theaters. It Chapter 2, it is a fun ride, so I say go see it. Both of the movies worth seeing in theaters. Will they become classics? I don't know. But you know what will become a classic in my eyes? Hustlers. Hustlers.
That was a real good movie.
That was a really, really good movie.
Really good.
So, Hustlers is a 2019 American crime drama film written and directed by Lorene Scafaria. I'm sorry if I messed her name up. But she's known for her work on Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, which is one of my favorite films. Seeking a Friend for the End of the World. I didn't see that movie, but I did see the trailers for that movie, and I thought it was pretty good. Whip It. You had Ricky and the Flash, The Meddler. I think she wrote some episode of Children's Hospital that was on Adult Swim. New Girl, you know. But she written and directed this film based off the 2015 article called "The Hustlers at Scores," because the original strip club this movie took place. Well, not the movie, but the real life story took place at Scores, which is not too far from where we are right now. We're in New York. If you guys don't know where this podcast is recording. But I remember reading this article. No, it wasn't even an article. I remember when they broke the news on the New York Post. I remember reading about it in the New York Post, and I was like, yo, man, this would be a really good movie. And then if somebody else in Hollywood was like, this would make a really good movie. And then here it is now in 2019. You know, but I think this is specifically from the article, from the New York Magazine article. You know, the story is based on a true story. You know, it follows a group of strippers who begin to embezzle money from stock traders and CEOs who visit their club. So it's produced by Jennifer Lopez and it was produced by Will Ferrell's company, Gloria Sanchez Production. And you know, there was a line in there where Jennifer Lopez tells Constance Wu, "Come here and come inside my fur." Mm-hmm. And I was just like, "Oh, this is definitely Will Ferrell produced movie."
Hell yeah!
Like, oh god, I definitely believe this was Will Ferrell production right here. But you got Jennifer Lopez, Julia Stiles, Constance Wu, Keke Palmer, Lizzo, Cardi B, you know, Lily Reinhart. To me, I think this is a great film. You know, this movie was on a $20 million budget. I think it's going to see maybe $100 million this weekend. You know, like, especially for the first moment J-Lo pop up on that screen. Woo-wee. I can't believe that woman's 50 years old.
Word.
That woman is.
Believe it.
She
J-Lo?
is. Man, I couldn't believe my eyes.
I could not believe that either.
I'm like, damn. That's why A-Rod like, hold on now. I don't care if you got 4 rings before me. I'll give you a 5th one.
I will give you that 5th one, J-Lo. I will. I surely will.
Like,
he was looking too proper.
Like J-Lo, man. You know what's crazy? This was my very first Jennifer Lopez movie in theaters. I've never seen a Jennifer Lopez movie in theaters. I've grown up watching Jennifer Lopez, of course. Like and I've loved Jennifer Lopez since Selena. You know, most guys. If you're talking about your first time you've seen Jennifer Lopez, unless you count Live in Color. Which most people, you know, they say they do, but y'all really only remember because they started pointing her out in the future. We're like, hey, that was Jennifer Lopez this whole time. So I miss me on that bullshit. But, you know, Selena, Enough, Made in Manhattan, The Wedding Planner. You know, Jennifer Lopez, growing up, she had those movies where you just fell in love with her every time. Every time she was on that screen, you were just like, man, there's something about her. She's so sweet. She's so charming. And in this movie, she is just boss.
For real.
Boss.
Top-notch boss. And on top of that, she's not a grimy boss.
Right. That's what's great, because the movie started setting up like she was supposed to be.
Yeah, that's how I felt when she wrapped up in the coat. I'm like, oh, nah, this is not how females are.
Right.
But as it went on, it was like, bro, this is really how women are supposed to be, bro.
Right.
This is how
that's how they are.
Yeah,
that's how they are.
But it's just
nurturing,
like, we're not
caring.
properly.
You know, she was very nurturing. She was very caring, you know. And it was believable. And it was crazy. There were moments in this film where she got really tough, and I was just like, oh, wow. Now, I've seen Jennifer Lopez play tough. You know, we've seen her enough. You know, there was Shades of Blue when that was at NBC, which was a dope show. On
Enough was the scary movie, right?
It was a thriller when her husband was beating on her.
Yeah.
But she's supposed to do the story of Kizona Blanco, the lady who the godmother from the Cocaine Cowboys.
Okay.
So she's supposed to play her. They was originally trying to produce the movie and they hired her to be in it, and then that movie production fell apart. But she fell in love with the story. Like, screw it, I'll produce it myself. So now she's doing that movie now. Seeing her in this film, I believe she can do it all the way. I can see she can do it.
I believe she can too.
I'm like,
I feel like this is a little lead on to it.
Right. Like, I'm ready to see a gangster. I'm ready to see a gangster Jennifer Lopez. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I'm ready. Here's my money. Take it. I'm like the dude that hustles right now. Take my money. You want $5,000? Fuck it. Swipe my card.
J-Lo's sex appeal was on 100.
It's like she
was put everybody to shame.
She put all the young women in that movie to shame, bro. Like, oh my goodness, bro. Like, wow.
I could not stop, bro. I could not stop focusing on J-Lo, bro.
Like, she looked amazing. Now, Constant Wu, y'all may know her from Fresh Off the Boat. You also may know her from Crazy Rich Asians. That's where I know her from. She's been in a few other productions.
Was she in an action movie?
Was she?
I think she was. I don't remember.
I can't remember. But the top two things I remember from her is Fresh Off the Boat and with Crazy Rich Asians, which I did see in theaters last year, which was really, really good. And it's crazy because they're trying to shoot the next movie, but the issue is they want to raise their money. They're like, hey, this movie made money last time. We need more money this time. Bro. And Warner Bros. Is like, hey, I think that's how this works. So they're like, so we let's hope they get their money right so we can actually see the sequel to that. Was she in any other movie after that?
She was in Everything We Never Heard
of. That was like what?
Parallels, all the creatures were stirring.
Oh, she was in the Lego Ninja movie though. I didn't see the Lego Ninja movie, but I know that movie. I think I've heard of Parallel too. I think I bought a copy of that, but never watched it.
Oh wow!
Definitely never seen The Fills. Never seen Witch Dragon. Oh, that doesn't come out yet. Definitely didn't see Next Gen. Oh yeah, so I guess Fresh Off the Boat and Crazy Rich Asians and now Hustlers are the top things I know her for. But she was amazing in this movie. She brought her A game in this film. She brought her A game. But I'm not surprised because she definitely brought her A game to Fresh Off the Boat. There were scenes in Fresh Off the Boat where she really showed her abilities as an actress, and I feel like she brought her A game in this film too. Cardi, I knew was not going to be in this film that long.
I was disappointed in
I knew. Didn't I say before we walk in, I was like, Cardi's going to have like 5 scenes in this movie. Yeah,
but I was still disappointed.
Why?
Because
I felt like Cardi, she brought her A game too. But she was Cardi. Cardi was Cardi in this movie.
Exactly.
Cardi didn't have the act at all.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Cardi was a Cardi. But I felt like there should have been some more booty. I don't care.
You wanted more Cardi booty?
Yes, I wanted more twerking, bro.
I mean, there was a lot of ads in this movie.
I wanted to see Cardi twerking.
There was a lot of ads in this movie.
I wanted to see Cardi twerking.
I came there you can go on YouTube right now and see more Cardi.
I can, but I wanted to see it on the big screen.
You saw titties on the big screen, Cardi titties?
I wanted to see Cardi and J-Lo twerk. I seen J-Lo. I was satisfied.
There was a lot of J-Lo.
Whoa, yes.
There was a lot of J-Lo.
But when she did the introduction to J-Lo,
the first moment you meet J-Lo. Woo!
Bruh.
Lord. You know what's crazy? Originally I was going to go see this movie. I have a lot of homegirls, so I was like, I should go to see this with my girls. One of them, And I have a few stripper friends, so I'm like, I should probably take one of the stripper friends to them. I'm so glad I went with my mans instead. This is not a movie you go with the girls to see. If you're a girl, you go with the girls to see this movie.
You go with your homegirls.
If you're a guy, you go with your man to see this movie. This is not a date night movie.
This is not a
date night. It's a guy's night out film. This is girls' night out film.
Exactly.
Like, I'm sitting here like, I'm glad I ain't come with any of them. Like, this movie is crazy.
And there was a lot of sex appeal in that movie, but let's talk about just for like a few minutes about women upping each other. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of that, and I didn't really expect that. Thinking,
there was a lot of waited exhale moments.
For real,
like some people may not enjoy seeing that in film, but I love seeing that because these days, there's a lot of love and hip hop stuff going on where you just see women throwing drinks at each other, pulling each other's hair, and I'm like, that's not how it really is. I grew up with a lot of women around me. I still have a lot of women around me now. I'm like, granted, there might be one or two girls they don't get along with, but when they're all together in a group, it's like one big happy family, like surrogate family.
Exactly.
And this movie shows that family. It shows that bond. And I remember sitting while watching that scene with the Christmas scene where they're all together for Christmas.
Yep.
And I'm just saying like, yo, it's rare when you get to even see it on screen, when you see a whole bunch of women just, celebrating Christmas together and being one big happy family.
Bro, there was no men.
No men. They didn't need no men to enjoy that moment. They didn't need men to enjoy that moment. And I felt that. And I felt that.
Exactly. I did too. I was really like, wow, they really don't. For a second there, bro.
That's true. I had that same thought. I was like, yo, they can really have a good time without us. I'm like, all right, babe, call me when you get home, okay? I'm going to go with the boys to the bar, all right?
Like,
you through with the girls? Y'all still exchanging gifts? You got me something, right? Okay. Tell her I said hi. Oh, she hung up.
Yup, exactly. It was one of those moments, bro.
Yeah, but, I was really, really, really happy to see that. But the crazy thing about this movie, I really love... See... When I look at, especially crime movies to me are very hard to be good. You know what I mean? Because the one thing about crime films is not everybody's going to, be on the quote-unquote criminal side of the film, right? So sometimes when they do these crime films, sometimes they make the people too gangster, and they make the other people too vulnerable. This movie had the perfect blend of both. You know what I mean? Like, it was believable. It was authentic.
For real.
I didn't like this. I've seen so many movies where, like, there was a movie. It was very similar to this, but instead of what do you call it? Girls embezzling money with cards and whatnot, they were setting up dudes to get robbed. Like dudes go to the guy's crib, make out with them, act like they're getting ready to have sex, and dudes will run up to the crib and rob them. I can't remember which name of the movie. It's a hood movie. I'll give it to you guys in a second.
A few movies though, man. TK locked up for that. Free TK.
What is the name of the movie? I really can't remember. It was a really low budget hood movie, but what do I call it? When I look at this movie, I was like, this movie didn't force it.
No.
It didn't force it at all. I really believe that these girls were friends and these girls were like, their family.
Yeah, exactly.
And that, they were caught up in some tough times, especially after, the 2000, what do you call it? Was it the bailout?
Yeah.
The bailout situation. The market crash. And, everybody was, struggling, trying to figure out how to make things work. And, their way of making things work was like, all right, we're just going to trick these guys and, steal their money.
Yeah. And you show in the first scene where she probably made she did mad work, made $300 and went home with $42.
Oh, you mean when she sucked? Well, in the beginning when she starts. Yeah. But that's one of the things I'm glad they showed the movie that it didn't jump straight into we robbing men.
Yeah, facts.
They show when she first got to the game when she customer don't know what she's doing and she's not really making any money, and then here comes Jennifer Lopez to put on the game and they start working together and they start hustling together and they start making money together and she's off to pay the bills, but then she gets pregnant and she leaves the game and then she stops making money, then she starts to struggle, then she tries to come back and now she's sucking dick for $60, and then J-Lo comes back like, girl, what you doing? We gotta do this the right way. And then they go full-blown gangster. Well, not full-blown gangster, because in the beginning it was just on some we gonna strip for money and get guys drunk and whatnot. But eventually it goes to Breaking Bad. It went real. To me, I'm like, this was a real crime drama. I was expecting this to go Showgirls or Striptease or the Ice Cube one, the Ice Cube directed, the Players Club. You know what I mean? This is not Players Club.
No.
This is not Players Club at all. This is like Wolf of Wall Street.
Bro, what's that movie with Tiffany Haddish and the other shorty and they was in the neighborhood doing the mafia shit or whatever?
Oh, The Kitchen.
Yeah, it's like a mix with.
Oh yeah, we saw The Kitchen too. I forgot that was one of the movies we saw.
Yeah, it was a mix with that and
And the Players Club.
Yeah, it was like that.
Yeah, pretty much. All they were missing was some guns. There were definitely some bodies. But I don't think anybody died though.
No.
Nobody died in this movie. But I don't know.
Well, somebody did die, but not violently.
Oh yeah, but no, we're not gonna spoil it.
Yeah.
But I really had a really good time. I mean, I knew I was gonna have a good time with this movie. It wasn't like I was gonna, came in.
I knew once J-Lo was in it, bro, and I seen the first her introduction, bro, Ramona introduction.
Right.
It was over. I was satisfied with the movie, bro.
I'm sold.
Yeah.
This is a good movie.
For real.
She needs an Oscar.
Yeah, for real. I was satisfied with that, bro.
Would it be crazy if they all actually nominated J-Lo an Oscar for this movie?
They're not getting an Oscar.
No.
It's not Oscar.
This is no. This is not. I don't believe there's Oscar material.
It's not Oscar,
you gotta have AIDS to be a slave.
Right,
She gotta be a maid.
You gotta make people cry.
Right.
You know, there was a lot of crying, but I didn't cry. I didn't feel bad for nobody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just
Wolf of Wall Street.
Enjoy the story.
But hey, Wolf of Wall Street was nominated for an Oscar. Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio was nominated for an Oscar for that movie. He didn't win, but
you just said Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Compared to who starred in this?
I talking about Jennifer Lopez.
Well, she was nominated before, wasn't she?
No. I mean, of course, Grammys, of course, but I don't think she ever was nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, so it ain't happening. It's not. It's not.
It's not it.
Yeah,
it's not the film. It's not it. But for my first Jennifer Lopez movie in theaters, I'm glad it was this one.
Yeah.
I'm really glad it was this one.
I was really glad too. I'm not gonna lie, bro. We was in the middle and everything.
Right. Whew. And you know what's crazy? The crowd wasn't even. I was expecting a lot of guys in there.
No.
And there was a lot of women in there.
There was a lot of women.
A lot of women. Old women, young women.
All
next to us, there was an old Asian woman and just somewhere like they were both like maybe 50, 60 years old.
Yep.
Like no, maybe even 60. Yeah, mostly around 60. There was a black woman and an Asian woman on our left. There was another group of women on my right.
In front of us.
Right.
They were everywhere.
What do you call it? But
and they were enjoying the movie. They were
everybody,
laughing, everything was laughing. It was like the movie was great, bro.
Right.
It was great. It wasn't too much of like, you think it's a stripper movie or a drug movie or a money hungry movie. It was an everything movie. It was a family movie. When they put the family moments, it was everything. You know. You enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? When they showed the little bitch, the redhead bitch, you knew drama.
Oh yeah, you know she was gonna be an issue.
Yeah.
That was, oh man, when I say this movie, the writing, the directing, the editing was on point. It was just because it's like I said, sometimes it's hard to put together a good crime movie. You know what I mean? A lot of times you see a crime movie and like, this, especially when it comes to like
that's related.
Yes.
In real life.
Like I know a lot of girls who like, I don't want to say in life of crime, but they're in the strip club and they see things, they hear things, you know what I mean? And they share these stories with me, and then it's like, so I see this movie, I'm just like, damn, this movie kind of spot on.
Yeah.
This movie really kind of spot on how this thing go down. Not just how girls sometimes do crazy things to get money from guys, but just the struggle part. I've had a lot of girls tell me this, the struggle of like going to the club and they shaking and grinding on a dude for like fucking $20. You know what I mean? Like I hear these stories. So watching this film, I'm like, they show everything, the good moments, the bad moments. Like they didn't leave any stone unturned. You know what I mean? Like I think this movie was pretty good. I can't think of anything bad to say about this movie.
They let you know that shit is real. Like people really going through that. People's really going through those things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, it's like she said one line that stuck with me was, if we don't do it, somebody else will.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that lets you know, like, that's been something. She's been in that game since the 90s. She was talking about she was a model in the 90s.
Right. I think she was saying she was a Playboy centerfold and everything.
Exactly. So she was a veteran in that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, she was, because she was able to tell all the girls everything.
Yeah. So it's just letting you know, like, there's a lot of stuff in it that's going in that movie that's really real life that's going on with a lot of women.
Right.
And then the fact that they was able to still, like, build a family with people going through what they was going through.
Right.
I
also want a quick shout out to Stormy Maya. I was following her on social media for man long, and I didn't even realize she was in Spike Lee. She's Got to Have It series, and then she popped up in this movie. And I did too. You popped where you was like, yo, who that with the dog? I was like, I know her. Right, yeah, I'm telling you, that's what made me recognize her, because she been had that fro, bro.
Yeah, the fro.
I was like, oh shit, look at how the big screen. Okay, so shout out to her real quick. But I don't know. I really enjoyed this movie. I have nothing bad to say about this film at all.
I feel like, like I was a pervert watching that movie.
Right. It was done with class.
Exactly.
It was a very classy movie.
Exactly.
It was done with taste. It was definitely done with taste. It had style.
Yup. It was so much more than just bitches on the pole. Bro.
Right. It wasn't just twerking. It wasn't just stripping. It was about family. It was about coming up. Maintaining life.
Exactly. Don't go in there thinking you about to watch Players Club.
Right. Not Players Club.
Don't go in there thinking you watching Players. Don't think you about to see bitches getting smacked around and all the other stuff.
Right. No pimp is gonna be around here. Running around beating women. Exactly. Where's my money? Ho.
Exactly.
None of that happening.
Exactly. You're gonna see a real story. Like there's a real storyline happening here with real, situations. You're gonna see a lot of that. So when you take that stuff and when you take that into consideration when you're watching it.
Right.
It's a really good movie.
Right. And like I'm telling you, this movie is gangster and it didn't need guns, like it's not like Widows or it's probably I'm glad I said Widows because last year I saw Widows and Ocean's 8 in theaters, Widows I like. Widows I end up buying on Blu-ray and everything, but Widows I was like, it's cool, but it's not my favorite movie. It's no set it off. Now Ocean's 8, I just felt like, I don't know why it's not believable. I don't know. This don't feel right to me. I don't know. I literally was just in it for the cast. The cast was my favorite reason of the movie. If it wasn't for, Sandra Bullock and Anne Hathaway and Rihanna and Awkwafina and, the rest of the cast of Ocean's 8, I probably wouldn't even give two shits about that movie. But with all that women in there, I was like, I have to see it. Did you see Ocean's 8?
No, with Rihanna in it?
Mm-hmm.
No, Lady seen it in the movie, though. I didn't see it.
Everybody who I talk about seeing that movie, they're like, when I ask them, they're like, yeah, I like that movie. I'm like, do you really like the movie? You like the people in it? And they're like, yeah, I like the people in it. I really didn't like the movie. It's not, in this movie, I didn't have that experience in. This movie, I liked everybody and I liked the movie.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I expected to be like, constant woo in here, It's not going to fit it right.
Right.
I expected it to be like mild or plain.
Right.
And it wasn't, bro. She was really a person.
Right.
And then the stuff that she went through when she was like, oh, we're looking for a retail person. And she's like, well, how am I supposed to get a retail job if I never had retail experience?
Right. It was real.
Yeah, it was that. And it's like how we be feeling when we apply for jobs. Like, I would have it. If
it was super relatable.
For real. It's serious, bro. It's serious.
I wish I could tell you guys the name of the movie I was trying to tell you guys before, where the women was robbing men and setting them up, but it's not coming to me. One of these days, I'm going to come back on the podcast like, yo, remember that episode? We will talk about Hustlers. Because it was an indie film, and I'm sure just, a couple of folks probably screaming them, I know the movie you're talking about. But I can't remember what it was. And I'm telling you guys, as I'm doing this podcast, I was trying to look it up before I ended the episode so I could give you the title of this movie. But it's not happening. It's not happening. Yeah, brother got to go to work in the morning. I still got to type this review, and I'm prepared tomorrow's shoot because I'm going to shoot this review at the London Hotel because, this movie's about ballers and hustlers. So I got to be on my baller hustler. I got to give you the vibes for this review, So get ready for that video review. It's going to be special.
Sponsored by Carlemile.com.
Right? But definitely 2 thumbs up. I give it 10 out of 10 stars. I have no problem with this movie. Go see Hustlers in theaters. I think it's worth the trip. It's worth the money. I might see it again. I might have to see it at AMC Prime so I can really hear the music in the strip club this time. I really feel like I'm in that shit. Like, yeah! Start throwing dollar bills in the air. Like, hey man, put that dollar back down. I'm gonna pick that up after the movie over.
For real.
All right, what are you doing? Matter of fact, just give me that back. Give me that. Give me right now.
Matter of fact, get away from me.
Right? It's J-Lo's area. It's not for you. J-Lo's area. It's just her space.
VIP, bro.
It's VIP, bro. VIP. I'm gonna call Tony over here.
Matter of fact, give me some money. You over here. Pass some money. You picking up money. Give me some
money. Right,
money.
this is the champagne room. Give me picking up money. Get out of here, Bow
Wow. Oh, man, don't hurt Bow Wow, because he will talk back. He got something to say, man. Leave Bow Wow out of this. I'm sorry, Bow Wow.
Bow Wow. You just don't know. The way that money fly by, it just so sweet. But anyways, definitely check it out. I enjoyed it. I think, like I said, don't bring your girlfriend to this movie. Girls, don't bring your boyfriend to this movie. Because, shorty, you may get your feelings hurt if he goes, one too many times. Yep. Because he will have that moment where he goes,
yeah. If he don't, you better dump his ass.
Right? Like, yeah, then your man is lying to you. Right. He'll either lying to you that he's not thinking about them shits, or that man ain't, he go both ways. Yeah. One or the other. And he lying to you about something, okay? Exactly. If he don't go, at one point in that movie, he lying to you about something. Exactly. He lying. He lying to you saying he not thinking it, because he is. Because there's no way you not, especially with J-Lo's moments. Oh my goodness. And
real.
when I say they did it with so much class, it's so sexy and classy.
For real.
It's like, like this reminds me of like when you were a kid and you find your first Playboy magazine and you look at that centerfold picture and it looks so classy like, but there's nudity in it.
Exactly,
It's
like an old Playboy.
Right, it's like a glamour photography.
Yep.
This movie was basically shot like glamour photography.
For real.
And I think it was perfect. And it's crazy because there was one moment where it dead ass stopped and became an Usher music video.
Dead ass. Dead ass. Bro.
I was rolling, like, yo.
It dead ass.
And Jennifer comes in like, hey, what's your name? He goes, Usher. Yeah,
Dead ass.
man.
Dead ass, bro.
Man, I was like, where you and your twins at? I was like, oh yeah, we're not in Atlanta. This is New York. Oh, damn. But yeah, this movie, because sometimes you can either end up with a Showgirls or you can end up with a Magic Mike. I feel like this movie tops both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Showgirls is not great, so I don't know if I should even mention Showgirls. But Magic Mike I think is a really good movie about strippers, but I feel like, maybe I'm being biased because this one's about women strippers, but I like this one better.
Yeah, I definitely do.
Mike.
I definitely do.
But that's just me. Well, that was this episode of At the Movies with Carlemile. Carlemile at the Movies. Until next time, bunch of love, God bless, 2 pieces of chicken grease. I'll see you later.
Hey y'all, quick update. The name of the movie that I was trying to tell you guys is called Dirty Game, which is a 2002 independent film. It's rated R, and literally, like I said, it's a film about, a couple of girls who, are broke and, embark on a plan to seduce and rob wealthy men. The only difference is, their stuff backfire really, really faster and then goes into deceit and murder. But, I don't know, Hustler, I think, is a bit more polished movie. Way bigger budget, but just as entertaining.